Hello, my name is Julius. Today, I'd like to answer the recent topic questions in part one about riding a bike, days off, and rain. Without further ado, let's begin. Let's talk about riding a bike. Did you have a bike when you were young? Yes, I did. My dad bought a bicycle when I turned 6 years old. It was color red, and the brand name was Woom. I remember I was so eager to ride it, and my dad was so patient in teaching me how to balance when I pedaled. I didn't have one, but I had a scooter when I was a kid. I only had a bicycle when I became 13. I was encouraged by my friends to learn how to ride a bike because they wanted me to join them in their cycling adventure every weekend. I could never forget how my friends taught me how to ride a bike. Did you ride a bike when you were little? Yes, I usually spent my weekend riding a bike in the park with my father. That was one of the best memories I had as a child. Also, my dad took me to different cycle tracks in different places in our town, and that helped me improve my confidence in cycling. As I said, I only had a scooter when I was a child, so I didn't get to experience riding a bike when I was little. I think I wasn't interested in it because my playmates then only had a scooter as well. None of us had a bicycle. Did you ride a bike to school? Not at all. It's impossible to ride a bike to school because my high school wasn't a stone's throw. And when I was a university student, I lived in an apartment that's only a few walks from my school, so I didn't need to ride a bike. Yes, I did in my high school because our school was only 2 kilometers away from my house. Most of the time, I rode a bike when I went to school as I didn't want to go to school on foot. But of course, I didn't do that when the weather was bad. Do you ride a bike when you go out now? Yes, I do, because it's my way of exercising. I cycle to the supermarket or to the park since they're not that far. I think both are only 4 kilometers away from my house. But if it's too hot outside, I avoid cycling because it's not ideal. It only makes me feel sick. I do sometimes. If I'm in the mood to go to the beach or park nearby, I ride a bike so I can exercise and at the same time enjoy the beauty of the surroundings. Well, just last weekend, I rode a bike to the beach with my two friends, and it made us reminisce about our teens because that's what we usually did on weekends when we were teenagers. Let's talk about days off. When was the last time you had a few days off? Just 2 months ago, I had 1 week off because of the national holidays. We celebrated a traditional festival to honor our God, traditions, and culture. It's actually the longest holiday in our country that we can enjoy. So I went back to my hometown to spend my holidays with my family, and that was great as I got to recharge my batteries. Well, I had a vacation leave good for a week last month. I traveled to the south and enjoyed water activities such as snorkeling, canoeing, and fishing. That was a fantastic vacation because I regained my physical and mental energy. Before that, I was really exhausted because of the work project that I needed to complete before the deadline. Do you usually spend your days off with your family or friends? I'm living on my own and my hometown is miles and miles, so most of the time I either spend it with my friends if they're available or I spend it by myself. For the past whole month, I spent my day off by myself by learning a new skill. I just stayed at home and spent a great amount of time learning about editing and script writing. Honestly, I couldn't be happier. I'm lucky to have weekends as my days off these days, so most of the time I spend my off with my family. We normally eat out, watch a movie, go shopping, or go to an amusement park. In the past, it's hard to spend my days off with my family because my days off fell on weekdays. Everyone wasn't at home as they're working or studying. I ended up spending my days off by myself. What would you like to do if you had a day off tomorrow? I would surely spend it at the cinema and watch the latest 3D movie that's currently showing. I missed watching that film last weekend as I had to run errands and needed to finish house chores. After doing all those things, I didn't have enough energy to go out, and as a result, I couldn't watch that movie. Hmm, I would sleep all day. I would sleep like a log because for the past few nights I couldn't sleep well as I had a lot of things on my mind, such as work issues, family issues, and things like that. I just wanted to rest and do nothing at all if I could get a day off tomorrow. What do you usually do when you have days off? Normally, I spend time cleaning the house and washing my clothes. And if my friends are available for a meetup, I make sure to meet them and catch up with them at a restaurant or a coffee shop, or go to a place where we could refresh our minds, such as the beach or a place where we could hike. Aside from running errands, I spend time reading books that could help me achieve personal growth or help me develop a new skill. Recently, I've been having this desire to acquire a new skill so that I could get a side hustle that could surely fast track my financial independence. Let's talk about rain. Do you prefer sunny days or rainy days? I am for sunny days as I feel more energetic and motivated when I see the sun outside. The bright light from the sun takes my loneliness or depression away, and I believe I'm not the only one who feels that way. I think every one of us feels the same way. Well, it depends. I love rainy days when I'm at home because I enjoy the pattering sound of the rain while sipping some hot tea, and that makes me feel relaxed. However, I don't like rain when I go out as it's troublesome. It's just hard to move from one place to another, especially when it's bucketing down. What do you usually do when it starts to rain and you're outside? Of course, I have to find shade so I won't get drenched in the rain, as every sane man would do, especially when heading to work. However, if it's only drizzling, I'll just take my umbrella out of my bag and simply head to the place where I need to go. Normally, I find a place where I can stay temporarily until the rain stops. However, if I'm in a rush, especially when I need to attend an appointment, I just hail a taxi and ask the cab driver to take me to my office or the venue of the meeting. How does rain affect life in your country? It does affect positively and negatively. As for farmers in our country, they feel happy when it rains because their plants are watered naturally. That means that they could save effort in watering their plants, and of course, they could save water. However, for those other people, it is bothersome for them because they're stuck in traffic or they arrive late at work or school. As we know, when it rains, it's just hard to go from one place to another. It has a negative impact on businesses. This includes deliveries being delayed and workers arriving late due to the unavailability or inaccessibility of public transportation. Because of this, a lot of businesses become less productive in the rainy season. Have you ever had to change your plans because of the rain? Of course, I don't enjoy going out when it rains heavily as it limits my ability to do things. Just last week, I canceled my lunch date with my friends because it was raining cats and dogs. I don't like driving in that kind of weather condition as I find it unsafe. Yes, of course. There was a time that I needed to reschedule my meeting with an important client because of the bad weather condition. It rained heavily for 3 consecutive days, and it was so hard for me to meet him. Thankfully, he understood the situation, and we just met a week later. The first practical step for you to start thinking in English is to practice passive listening. watch the video that appears on your screen right now because that can definitely help you. If you like this video, give me a like or subscribe to this channel to get updated with the latest IELTS speaking videos. Till next time.